Welcome to our short video. My name's Erin King and I'm here with Karen and Michelle, and we've written a paper called Positive Risk Taking, Debating the Research Agenda in the Context of Adult Protection and COVID, which you can find in the Journal of Adult Protection.
Thanks, Erin. So our interest in positive risk-taking came originally from some research that I'd been involved in some years ago, which was looking at the role of the social worker in adult community mental health teams. The key finding from the focus groups with the social workers was the significance that they gave to positive risk-taking as a means of supporting mental health recovery, enabling service users to live richer lives that they had more control over. But they also expressed concerns about how difficult it was to conduct this in practice because of things like a risk-averse culture. And the more we discussed and read then between us about what positive risk-taking was, we began to feel more and more about that it was a really important and central pillar of ethical practice, and linked very strongly with other concepts such as recovery, self-determination and well-being. So why did we think it was particularly important to publish this article in 2021?
We actually had very little really good evidence about whether this was something that people could do in practice. And we've used the term practice dissonance, that we feel that actually it's far easier to practice in a safe and risk-averse way than in a more exploratory way that allows service users to have some control over the decisions that are being made in their lives. The pandemic of 2020 had created a much stronger sense of risk being something we must avoid at all costs. So I think the pandemic made us feel we wanted to remove the risks from people.
With COVID and the implications of the changes of legislation that came in, especially around adult protection,
yes.
There was a lot of concern raised, wasn't there, about whether adults were going to be protected effectively. And that led, as we've seen recently in the UK, some of the child protection concerns that come through. Like you've been saying, Karen, it's that ability to want to just wrap people in cotton wool and just try and protect them as much as possible. And in doing that, it's a human thing to want to do that, and also a professional thing. So we've got a duty of care, but also we've got to remember, and this is where the positive risk taking comes in, that we have a duty to allow people to have control in their lives.
What will you hope the outcome of our thoughts and our writing will be?
Remind people of who's at the centre of adult protection, and that's the person who has been either neglected or abused, and it's their choice to be able to make some decisions. Say, Karen, reignite that debate again about trying to look at the research in the area of positive risk-taking. We've sort of put 6 research imperatives within the article, and 2 of them are on the slide. And I think the reason I chose these to put on the slide is because it's very much looking at the service user's perspective.